Are you looking for a space where you will learn to improve your mental strength, emotional health, and heal your insecurities from the inside out? Take the first step to living a more meaningful life with the Better Me with Body by Bree podcast. I'm your host, Bree. I'm a certified personal trainer, entrepreneur, and mother of 3. I've helped empower thousands of women to take action through fitness, nutrition, meditation, personal development, and aligning thoughts with action. This podcast is for those who are ready to feel inspired and motivated to live a more purposeful life. Let's grow together. Hey there, busy moms. Let me ask you a question. How often do you feel like your fitness goals are just one more thing on an already overwhelming to-do list? Maybe you set out with big plans to exercise every day, cook healthy meals, and drink a gallon of water, only to have life throw you a curveball by 9 a.m. Does that sound familiar? Today, I want to introduce you to a concept that can transform the way you think about your goals, especially when you're juggling the endless responsibilities of motherhood. It's called floors and ceiling goals, and it's not just about fitness. It's about creating a sustainable, realistic way to feel accomplished every single day. I can't wait for you to listen and learn more. Hi, friends. Welcome to the podcast. Floors and ceiling goals is literally a foundational concept that I teach my clients. It's one of the first concepts I teach them in habit coaching because I've seen it completely transform the way that people think about their goals. It's transformed how they view success. It's helped their confidence. And it all boils down to this one concept of floors and ceiling goals. So I do feel like with the beginning of the new year, people are so excited to get going and they come out the gate full force and they set these really big, ambitious goals, which I'm here for. I love big goals. I love getting ourselves out of our comfort zone. But what happens is every time you fail and every time you don't keep a promise that you make to yourself, you lose confidence in yourself. And that's what we're trying to avoid. Every time you say, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. and you set your alarm and you hit snooze and you sleep through that alarm, you're telling yourself, I actually don't do what I say I'm going to do. And then you slowly start believing this story that, well, maybe I can't follow through with this. Maybe I'm not the person that accomplishes the goals. Maybe I would rather sleep in, and you start becoming the lesser version of yourself. And so to combat that and to help your confidence and to help you feel like you can achieve whatever you'd like to achieve, you have to get into the habit of showing up. And you can show up for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is, you show up every day for that goal. Now, let's first break down the floors and ceiling goals and what it's all about, okay? At the core of it, it is giving yourself permission to adapt. So here's what it means. The floor goal is your bare minimum. That's the thing that you can commit to no matter how chaotic your day gets. It could be as simple as stretching for 2 minutes, drinking an extra glass of water, taking a short walk around the house. I want you to think of it as like your safety net, okay? This is the bare minimum. Then the ceiling goal is your ideal scenario. And that's what you would love to accomplish if the stars aligned and everything goes perfectly. So maybe it's a full 45-minute workout 4 days a week, or prepping your meals for the week every day, or hitting a really big step count. The beauty of this system is that it removes the all or nothing mindset. And instead of feeling defeated because you couldn't hit your goal, you get to celebrate the fact that you showed up, no matter how small the step. So let's make this real and let's apply this to our lives. So picture this. It's one of those mornings. The baby woke up twice during the night. Your toddler's refusing to put their clothes on and you're running late for school drop off. And normally you'd feel like there's no point in even trying to work out today. But with the floors and ceilings goal concept, you have a plan. Your floor goal is 5 minutes of movement. So you roll out a yoga mat, you do a few stretches, you take a few deep breaths, Yes, it's not your 30-minute hit session, but you moved your body and you're already feeling a little more grounded. So on a better day, you might hit your ceiling goal, which is that full workout after the kids are after school. But the beauty is that you win either way because you're building consistency. Now, there was this story that I remember of this guy. He wanted to lose weight. He had never been to a gym in his life and he was severely overweight. And the coach told him, he had a problem with sticking to his goals. Okay. That was his issue. And the coach told him, I want you to just drive to the gym every day and you don't even have to go in. Just go. Just go to the gym. You can literally sit in the parking lot, but I want you to get in the habit of just driving there. And he thought that that was so silly, but he's like, okay. Well, when he got in the habit of driving to the gym every day, then the days that he felt good, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go in and I'll just go in for 5 minutes. He went in for 5 minutes and then he walked out. And then after doing that for a couple of times, and he's like, okay, I feel more confident. I'm going to go in for 10 minutes. And then he'd go in for 10 minutes and then he'd walk out. And some days he'd go in and he'd get a full workout, and some days he'd sit in the parking lot. But what it taught him was consistency of showing up. And when you do that, it rewires your brain that you are on the track to accomplishing your goals. Like, I am successful because I showed up, not because I got a 45-minute workout, not because I lost the 10 pounds, because I showed up. And that consistency is everything. So why does this work for moms? As moms, our schedules are unpredictable. One day you might feel like you're superwoman, and then the next you're just trying to survive until bedtime. And so here's why floors and ceilings goals work so well. Number one, it's flexible. Life happens, and that's okay. This system adapts to you. So instead of trying to force yourself into an unrealistic routine, you can simply adjust when needed. And I feel like that's really what we all need as moms, right? Like, some nights you get 8 hours of sleep, some nights you get 2. And that's just the reality of it. And when you look at these fitness influencers online that have no kids and have hours to spend at the gym, and then you're comparing your body to theirs, like, it's just a completely different world. And so you need to have that flexibility. Number two, it builds momentum. Success breeds success. So when you consistently hit your floor goal, you start to feel accomplished and motivated to aim higher because you're like, okay, I can do this. Like, another example of a floor goal and a ceiling goal, let's say your ceiling goal is to hit your 120 grams of protein every day. Your floor goal would be to have some sort of protein with each meal, right? So like, okay, maybe I didn't hit my 120 grams that day, but at least I threw in my beef chopsticks, with that bowl of cereal or whatever. I don't know. With my beef, that would be gross. My beef chopsticks with that cheese stick. Like, I threw in some protein and I'm getting in the habit of just incorporating protein with each meal. That's great. That would be a great floor goal. Number three, it reduces stress. You're no longer beating yourself up for not being perfect. And instead, you're celebrating the fact that you showed up. I really believe that what you focus on expands. So if you're focusing on all the ways that you are falling short, that's all you're going to see. You're going to see yourself as a failure. You're going to see yourself as, oh, I didn't get my 45-minute workout in. But if you're focusing on the fact that you showed up even when you were tired and maybe, it was 5 or 10 minutes and not the 45, you're going to show up again because that feeling feels good to you. And then you start associating yourself and your identity with who you are, which is someone who shows up and accomplishes what they say they'll do. Your self-identity is your strongest motivator for change. So let's start there, right? And then number four, it creates habits. Small, consistent actions add up. So over time, your floor goals become second nature, making it easier to tackle those bigger goals. The habit is all we're working on right now. A lot of people focus on the result. The result is a byproduct of your habits. So the habits are what we really have to get crystal clear on and really kind of plan our day around those habits that we would like. Okay, and then let's talk about like common pain points and how to solve them, because I do feel like with moms, sometimes we get overwhelmed by all of our hurdles or the things that are blocking us. And I do feel like some of the common pain points are always, I don't have time, right? Time is the thing. But here's the coolest part with floors and ceiling goals. You don't need an hour to work out. A floor goal could be 5 minutes of stretching, a quick walk around the house, or even doing squats while you're brushing your teeth. Like, the key is to start so small that it doesn't matter if you're sick, if you're tired, if you have a busy schedule, if you're on a vacation, it doesn't matter because you can do that floor goal, right? The next one that I hear a lot is, I'm so tired. So on the days when you're running on fumes, your floor goal might be a few deep breaths or a quick stretch to release your tension. So even those small actions can help boost your energy over time. Another one I hear a lot is, I feel like I'm failing. And this mindset comes from setting goals that are too rigid. So with this system, you're always successful as long as you hit that floor goal and it's not quite as rigid. Like I said before, we have the flexibility of showing up and feeling successful. And then the last one is, I've tried everything and nothing works. That's often because the focus is on big changes instead of small, sustainable steps. So floors and ceiling goals helps you to build the foundation for lasting success. So let's talk about your next steps. Now that you know about floors and ceiling goals, it's time to put this into action. And here's what I want you to do. Number one, I want you to think about, or I want you to take a moment and think about your current fitness or wellness goals. What feels overwhelming and what feels realistic? Okay. I want you to like literally get out a piece of paper and do this exercise. Like, what lights you up? Like, why do you want this fitness goal? Why do you want this wellness goal? First, I always start with like, why is this so important to you? Because you have to have that drive or you're not going to follow through with it. But then break it down and be like, okay, why haven't I already accomplished this? Like, what is getting in the way? Why does this feel a little bit overwhelming? But then what about it feels realistic? What can I realistically do? And then number two, you're going to write down your own floor and ceiling goals. And I want you to be very specific. So I'll give you another example. Let's say maybe your floor goal might be drink 1 extra glass of water today, but your ceiling goal is to drink half your body weight in ounces of water, right? Start small and focus on hitting your floor goal consistently for a week and then celebrate those wins no matter how small they feel. Showing up is showing up, right? I think the biggest ones that I see usually are around working out, like movement. For me, my goal is 5 days a week of working out, sometimes 6, but that's because it makes me feel good. Like, I will, before I like get ready for my kids, let's say my kids have a performance at school, like, I won't shower for that performance before I miss my workout. Like, it just makes me feel better. And so I really try to prioritize that. But sometimes life throws me a curveball. So my goal is movement every day. I have a goal, 10 minutes of movement every day. That could be a quick walk. It could be squats in my bedroom. It could be yoga, anything it is. I just want to get some sort of movement every day. That's my floor goal. Another thing I hear is the protein goal. So I already gave you that ceilings and floor goals for that. It would be maybe try to hit at least protein with each meal, no matter how small that is. So think about what you want. That. Oh, one last one that I always hear is a morning routine. So for me, I actually found that when I set a bigger goal of doing, like, I used to wake up an hour before my kids and I would try to meditate and like do my stretches and my breathing and read some motivational book. Well, guess what happened? That lasted 1 week. And then I was like, I'm too tired. This is too hard. I can't do this. And I didn't do it anymore. What happened was, when I scaled it down to waking up 20 minutes earlier before my kids, and I woke up, I set my day with intention. I did my morning scripture study and I did a quick little like grounding exercise. Now I never miss it. It's been a full year of waking up 20 minutes before my kids, and I do that quick little grounding stuff that makes me feel good and starts my day off well. And I'm so much more consistent because it's doable and it's realistic. So that's like my experience with floors and ceiling goals. And I think this is super, super eye-opening when I teach this to clients. This is one of the things that they're like, oh, yes, this has changed everything. So I want you to try it and let me know if this concept resonates with you. Let's take it a step further. Reach out to me on Instagram or check out my coaching program where we can dive deeper into creating a plan that's tailored to your busy mom life. I'll help you set realistic goals, stay accountable, and build a lifestyle that works for you, not against you. So remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every small step you take brings you closer to the person that you want to be. You've got this, mama. You really do. You are stronger than you think, and you don't have to survive in motherhood. You can thrive. I'm here to help you. So let's do a quick recap. Floors and ceiling goals are a simple yet powerful way to approach fitness and wellness, right? So they give you that flexibility to adapt to life's chaos while still making progress. By focusing on what you can do, you build confidence, consistency, and momentum. So set your goals today and take that first small step. I can't wait to see what you achieve. I'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you for joining us in today's episode. If you liked the content and want to hear more, remember to hit that subscribe button and write a review. As a small business owner, I appreciate it more than you know. If you are looking for a program to help with self-confidence, to lose weight, get in shape, and work on your mental, physical, and emotional health, check out my training programs on www.bodybybree.com. My team and I help to hold you accountable through the Body by Bree app, where you log in to see all your workouts, custom meal plan made specifically for you and your needs, and communication through the messenger. You are never alone when you're on the Body by Bree training program. Click the link in the show notes to get more information on how to transform your life from the inside out.